What's going on, people? Zach here. I'm going to be recording, well, 2 reviews today because 2 albums came out today. And the first one I'm going to jump to is from 3 Days Grace, entitled Outsider. Yes, now it's been 2015 since we've got an album from them, so I think we are due for another album from them here in 2018. Now, a lot of you know, if you've seen my reviews of the singles and the videos leading up to this album, you guys know that I wasn't really too impressed with the stuff that they've released. And quite frankly, I'm still not quite a fan of it. Now, I have a lot of problems with this album, and overall I just have to say that this is a mediocre album. It's not horrible, I don't think, but it could have definitely done a lot better. The lyrical content, I felt like the lyrics could use some work, and the album just felt really bland and kinda not anything special. This album to me feels like if rock was just first forming, and you know, it's just like now bands are actually experimenting with rock. That's not that's kind of what I think of this album, is like a new genre that they're trying to experiment with, you know, with rock. That's been a thing for years, decades, I should say. However, before I really talk about the things I don't like, I'm going to talk about the tracks that I do like on this album. Obviously, a lot of you know I do like the opening track, Right, Left, Wrong. I actually really like this one. It has a really good hook to it and a really great melody and things like that. Yeah, I really like that one. And I think Nothing But To Lose But You is also pretty good. It's not anything outstanding, but I think it has a good melody to it and things like that. Same could be said about Villain Not. I believe that's what it is. Yeah. I actually think that one's not too bad either. That has a nice melody and things like that to it. It has Matt's vocal performance is really well done, I think, in that track. Yeah, really only a few good tracks on this album. One track I want to talk about is Me Against You. Now, this is probably one of the worst 3 Days Grace songs I've ever heard. I'm just not really that big of a fan of it. And, I don't know, a lot of these songs, like, Love Me or Leave Me or Strange Days, these are so bland. They're so boring to listen to. And like I said about the singles, too, The Mountain and I Am an Outsider, these songs are just a little too bland, I think. And they, I can see why they chose them as singles, because, you know, they're more radio-friendly rock songs, but I don't know. Matt's vocal performance on this record, it's a hit or miss thing. The instruments I think are fine. They're just bland, and I felt like they could have done a lot more with it. Yeah. I definitely don't think this album is as good as their last album, Human. I felt like they did a better job on their last album, and that's kind of not what I expected, because I actually expected, you know, when I first heard that 3 Days Grace was coming out with a new album, I expected it to be better than Human, but that's not the case with this album. Overall, I'm going to have to give 3 Days Grace Outsider a 5 out of 10. Now, this is sort of a hit or miss album. There's a few good tracks on this album that I do like. Right, Left, Wrong is probably my favorite track on this album. And I've always liked that song. It's not great, but I do like it. I think it is good. What a disappointment this was. I mean, what really happened to this band? I mean, a lot of people said that 3 Days Grace was no longer a thing after Adam left the band, and I'm starting to jump on that bandwagon now. Because, I don't know, Matt just hasn't really been doing anything for 3 Days Grace, and, you know, this album's just so bland. It's just not that great of an album, in my opinion. I mean, if you like it, great. I'm glad you do. And maybe you guys can tell me why you like it, if you do like it. But for me, I can't get behind it. It's pretty boring to listen to. I don't know. I just think this band, I just don't think I'll ever buy another album from this band or anything. Now, I have to ask you too, rock fans. Besides Breaking Benjamin's new album that's coming out, since 3 Days Grace album is not good, what other album is there to look forward to other than Breaking Benjamin's new album? Not very much, because remember, there are a lot of rock albums that came out last year, so, you know, you only got Breaking Benjamin to look forward to this year. See, like I said in my variety video, you know, have a more wider taste than just rock, you know, be into metal, you know, check out metal bands. In fact, there's a metal release that did release today, and man did it save the day. It did save the day from 3 Days Grace's new album. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for that review that I kind of hinted. Please like and subscribe if you're not already. What do you guys think of this album? Let me know. And take care, you guys. Until next time.